People in Ashtabula County are apparently taking the advice of their public officials to buy guns and learn how to use them. The county is facing huge cuts in law enforcement, and Channel 3's Dick Russ found that residents there are concerned about this.
Well, you know, over the month, the strength of the Sheriff's Department in Ashtabula County has been reduced by more than half because of budget cuts and the resulting layoffs. It's been suggested people will have to protect themselves, and many are doing just that.
When there's only one patrol car per shift for the entire county, and that's over 700 square miles, it may have been just a matter of time until Ashtabula County residents heard this advice.
Arm themselves, be very careful, and just be vigilant, because we're going to have to look after each other.
Gun dealers and firearms instructors in the county say their business has really picked up since the Sheriff Department layoffs started.
As far as him telling you to arm yourselves and protect yourselves, you don't have any other option. We don't have the law enforcement out here to handle it right now.
Williams and another certified instructor have had nothing but full classes of county residents applying for concealed carry permits. Interest has doubled recently.
That's exactly why they're coming, so that they can protect themselves. They don't feel that they are protected. They will protect. They want to be able to protect themselves.
And with the county jail down to just 30 prisoners because it doesn't have enough guards, county residents had another reason to worry. 700 people waiting to be locked up, but can't be.
I would tell the people, certainly they got to be vigilant. They got to know what's going on around them. But they should not hesitate to call, because if it's anything that is serious, we're going to be coming.
But again, with only one police car per shift for the whole 700 square miles, how long would it take for them to get there? And that's what's driving people to the gun stores and the firing ranges, Ramona, not lack of confidence in law enforcement there in Ashtabula County, but just realizing their lack of manpower.
Yeah, that's tough to believe, one car. But county residents, they have a chance to do something about this next month.
They do. There's a 0.5% sales tax levy on the ballot on May 4th. If it passes, it might alleviate some of the law enforcement pressure, but unemployment in Ashtabula County is higher than the state average, which is high, you know, and so we'll just have to see where people's priorities are and what they decide in May.
Yeah, tough times all over. Thank you, Dick. They are already down hundreds of prisoners that can't get into jail out in Ashtabula County, where tough finances already parked all but one patrol car that covers the entire county. Good evening, I'm Ramona Robinson. It's a bad problem that's only getting worse. Channel 3's Jeff Maynard joins us with the story.
Ramona, today I heard something from a judge that I've never heard before. This is the same place where the city of Ashtabula couldn't afford to run snowplows in a weekend snowstorm back in February. But this is Ashtabula County, where money is so tight they've laid off more than half the deputies. And from the courthouse tonight, a dire warning. Citizens need to prepare to protect themselves.
And I don't know if the public really realizes the serious situation we're in.
One sheriff's car each shift to patrol 720 square miles. So the sheriff is suing the county commissioners.
I just can't do it anymore, so I have to have the court explain to them and me what my statutory duties are.
The sheriff went from 112 deputies to 49. They take calls, deliver prisoners, serve warrants, and have almost no time for criminal investigations. The layoffs included corrections officers. The Ashtabula County Jail can hold up to 140 prisoners. There are 30-some here right now. That's all they can supervise. And there are more than 700 waiting for lockup out on the streets. The most violent criminals are in jail, but hundreds more are free.
I'm at the breaking point where I worry about, certainly, there has to be an increase in revenue in the county, Jeff. There's no question about it.
And from the judge, a dire warning for residents whose sheriff's department is down to well below the minimum staffing for public safety.
Arm themselves, be very careful, and just be vigilant, because we're going to have to look after each other.
Putting more criminals in this jail and more deputies on patrol is at least a month away. The judge, Judge Alfred Mackey. Now, Sheriff Billy Johnson probably does have a shot in his lawsuit against the county commissioners. Juvenile Judge Charles Haig closed the county juvenile detention center there last year until the Ohio Supreme Court ordered the county commissioners to give him enough money to reopen it.
Jeff, anything brighter on the horizon for the county government? Do they actually have a plan?
Well, it is very hard times in Ashtabula County, but they're asking voters for a 0.5% hike in the 6.5% sales tax next month. That would not be as high as many counties, but unemployment in Ashtabula County is higher than in many counties.
We'll keep an eye on this story, Jeff. Thank you.
For right now, home is an Ashtabula County jail cell for Lee Nash, who was busted with the help of some residents over the past weekend.
It's pretty intense times here in Ashtabula County.
John Kusar says he had no choice but to grab his gun and try to find 56-year-old Lee Nash.
That's a Mini 14 Ruger 223 with 30-round clips.
Nash was wanted for at least one break-in near Kusar's farm, but budget cuts at the sheriff's department meant no one could go looking for him. That didn't stop John, who rounded up some friends and found Nash on Saturday hiding in a trailer on John's property.
I got out of my truck, I loaded my gun, I took the safety off, walked up to the door, flung the door open with the barrel of the gun, and he was laying in there sleeping with a sawed-off shotgun next to him.
Nash didn't stand a chance, thanks to a group of guys ready for anything.
We had the trailer surrounded. He wasn't getting out. If he did come out with the shotgun, we were going to need the coroner.
I commend the people that did what they had to do, and I'm thankful that they called us.
Sheriff William Johnson doesn't recommend this action, but he does understand it. Ashtabula County is the largest geographically in Ohio, but only 2 Sheriff's Department cruisers patrol the area because of budget cuts, down from 5 cars before.
I don't think anybody would be wrong by saying we're an accident ready to happen the way things are going on, and it's not going to be a good outcome.
The sheriff says he was short more than $1 million after his budget was slashed by county commissioners who didn't return calls for a comment. But the sheriff's now suing them for more cash, claiming they're compromising safety.
There's going to be a lot of delays. I just hope that the delays don't end up in something very seriously happening to somebody just because somebody has a decision and their priorities are mixed up.
Nash was arrested, and he's now facing felony charges thanks to John Kusar, who isn't a trained officer, but he does know how to handle a gun.
I was prepared to do what I had to do. If it was going to be me or him, I was going to survive.
The suspect goes back to court on August 10th, and the sheriff's fight for funding goes to court as well, coming up in mid-November. In Ashtabula County, Mark Zinni, Fox 8 News.